So in keeping with the conversation about loving yourself and how loving yourself is the foundation of what we're speaking about, and giving yourself the gift of starting your day in a loving way, which we'll talk more about, and also looking at what are the moments of joy that you can incorporate into your life very intentionally so that you send the message to yourself that you're paying attention and you care about yourself and you want yourself to feel good. Along with that is the beauty of mirror work. And this is the queen of mirror work. So with that, I'm passing the mirror to you.
Yes. How many people do mirror work on a daily basis? Okay, a few. That's good. I'm sure you're getting results. Yes. Okay, let's just dive in. I know you all have this little tiny mirror somewhere. It's a lovely little mirror. You know, you can put it right in your breast, right in your bra, and have it handy. And men can find another place to put it. Be creative, as long as it's handy. Let's just take a look at what we see in the mirror. We're practically all there now.
Yes?
That's acceptable.
I stole that from someone over here. Thank you.
Just breathe. I want you to say to yourself your name. I love you. I really, really love you. Louise, say it with me. Louise, I love you. I really, really love you. I love you. I really, really love you. I love you. I really, really love you. How does that feel? It feels strange. Good, wonderful. We're nice and honest. Yes, and it will feel strange. It's a beginning point. Yes?
Hard to do.
Hard to do. How many are hard to do? We're not asking you to come up here and say it.
Yet.
Though we
Be careful. You never know with her.
No, it is. It's a new thing. You probably haven't done it before. But what we're really trying to do is to connect with the inner child within, who has been neglected for so very long. Most of us, when we look in a mirror, we criticize ourselves, we make fun of ourselves, we say derogatory things to ourselves. It's a habit. And what we want you to do is to start connecting with that inner child within you that wants so much to be loved and hasn't been for perhaps years and years and years and years, and maybe never when it was a child. I know this is a tough one to stay, but if it's too tough to start with, you can start with something like, Louise, I'm willing to learn to like you. Not quite so threatening. So I want you to, this is something I want you to do a lot. First thing in the morning, I want you to get in the habit of having your little mirror with you, whipping it out at any time, or any time you pass a mirror. Say something nice to yourself. For instance, you have a whole slew of things you say.
Yes. Thanks to Louise.
Yeah.
And I have, when I had visited Louise's house, I went upstairs to her office. She took me up to show me her office, and she had this beautiful desk, and she had this lamp on like an accordion, a cord, and she had a mirror clasped to it. And so I said to her, "Oh, is this where you put on your makeup?" and she looked at me and she said, "Why would I put my makeup on at my desk?" And instantly I thought, oh, and she said, "That's for mirror work, so that I can say nice things to myself all day long." Well, that hadn't even occurred to me. In the book prior to this, in The Art of Extreme Self-Care, I dedicated a whole chapter to what happened when I had done mirror work for 30 days. Now, so I had already been doing mirror work, and when I first began, I thought it was silly, and it didn't feel authentic. I would look in the mirror and I would say, I love you, Cheryl. I really, really love you. And I found that I was automatically focused on, you know, the brows that needed to be plucked or the wrinkles that I hadn't seen before, like you said earlier. But I stayed with it. And I stayed with it because this is one of the exercises that Louise has always talked about. It's one of the first exercises she'll mention. If I call her because I have a friend who's in trouble and I want to talk to her about some suggestions, the first thing she'll say to me is, well, I'd get her a mirror, my dear. And so when I was writing The Art of Extreme Self-Care, I thought, I heard Louise say it several times when we were doing a television interview together, and I thought, you know, if this woman is taking her time in front of millions of people and the one message she wants to get across is that doing mirror work is the single most effective thing you could do, I need to take it seriously. And I went home and I made a decision that for 30 days, every time I saw my reflection anywhere, I would start to say, I love you, Cheryl. I really, really love you. And in the beginning, it did feel foolish, and I felt embarrassed. There didn't even need to be anyone in the room, and I felt embarrassed. Like I thought somebody was going to sneak up on me, you know? But I stayed with it.
The cat.
The cat, yes. Who loves himself very well, I might add. Such a teacher in that way. When I was driving in my car and I looked in the rearview mirror, I would say, I love you, Cheryl. I really, really love you. If I were walking down the street and I saw my reflection in a window of a building, I love you, Cheryl. I really, really love you. And it was amazing. By the end of, for me, probably the first week, it started to become very comfortable. The awkwardness went away. And by the end of the second week, I noticed that I was seeing love everywhere. And that not only was I feeling more loving toward myself, but I was feeling more loving to other human beings I came in contact with. And my husband did say I was much better to be around. And by the end of 30 days, it was a well-rooted habit. Now, when I went to Louise's office and saw the mirror on her desk, it never occurred to me to give a mirror a prominent place in my office. So as soon as I came home from California, I ran out and I got myself a beautiful little makeup mirror. I went to, you know, a 5 and dime store and picked one up and brought it back and put it on my desk. And now I have this mirror on my desk. And sometimes if I'm on a conference call, I'll look in the mirror and wink at myself. And other times, especially if suddenly I'm having a bad moment, I'll look in the mirror and I'll say, I love you. I'm here for you. All is well. But then it got really fun. And sometimes now I look in the mirror and I say things like, how'd you get so cute? Right?
See, that'll bring a bright spot to your day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I'll look in the mirror and I'll say things like, I can't think of anyone I'd rather be with than you.
You are amazingly fantastic.
Yes.